I checked my totals on Strava this morning, and it told me I have run 19,994.4 kilometers. If everything goes right, I'm going to hit 20,000 kilometers, 5.6K into this morning's run. Alright guys, good morning on this beautiful morning in Montreal. If you're new here, I'm Dan. This is Strides and Summits. I talk about running, take you on running adventures, give you treadmill sceneries and tips and tricks. So if you're into running, you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe for more content like this. So I first joined Strava in 2016, right at the start, January 1st or 2nd of 2016. And I've logged every kilometer of running on the platform since then. So that means I've done just about 20,000 kilometers in well under 5 years. Makes much more than 4,000 kilometers a year. And I've done that in 14 countries. An interesting tidbit, 20,000 kilometers, that's nearly half of the circumference of the Earth at the equator. So I've done nearly half of the circumference of Earth logged on Strava, which is cool. And I figured today I just would share with you my 5 favorite runs that I have logged on Strava. You guys can go check them out in the description below. And so in no particular order, let's start with my cross London tour. I did this in the summer of 2018. I was there on a business trip, and I started in Battersea and ran east along the Thames, finished at the London City Airport. It's about 34 kilometers. Pretty good morning of running, and obviously saw all the sights. And it was really one of the first times that I had realized that running is probably the best way to explore a new city. It's the right pace, and you can stop when you want and take in the view and check out sights. So I really enjoyed that. It's one of my most memorable runs for sure. Next, I have a run that I did in the White Mountains in New Hampshire in 2017. I covered the 5 tallest peaks in the northeastern US in one day. It was about 31K, almost 3,000 meters of elevation. It was an absolutely gorgeous day, not a cloud in the sky. Excellent conditions for October. And it was really one of the first times I'd gone out on a long mountain run and really just caught the bug. I mean, that's where I got like addicted with summiting mountains and going out in the mountains and just going fast on trails. So that was an especially memorable run. Next, I have a run I did only a couple weeks ago. That was the Montreal Metro Marathon. So I went and did a large chunk of the Montreal Metro network on foot, over ground obviously, and I recorded it. And I have a video from that. So if you haven't seen it, go and check that out. I'm gonna link up there and in the description down below to that video. And that was pretty fun. That was, again, got to explore a city on foot, confirm that running is probably the best way to discover a new city, and got to make a pretty sick video out of it. So that was pretty cool. So next we have the Bromont Ultra, which I did at the end of 2018. That was the first ultra race I'd ever run, and it was 55K with about 2,200 meters of elevation. And actually the really crazy thing about that was I signed up for it spontaneously. I mean, I signed up the day before and then ran the race. I pretty much only decided about 2 days before that I was going to run it. I'd done some big runs before. I didn't really know what I was getting myself into, so I just loaded up my vest and went. Did decently well, but I'd say that was probably the most knackered that I've ever been in a run. The last 10K were some of the most brutal of my life. And I got across the finish line. I literally couldn't take another step. I actually could not walk to the aid tent afterwards. It took me maybe 2 minutes to go 20 meters. So I was completely destroyed after that, but it's an absolutely fantastic experience. I've been longing to do another one since. I just haven't really had the opportunity to train and race one, so longing to come back and do another. I think my favorite run that I have on the platform, in the summer of 2018, I decided to run the Pemmy Loop. And again, I kind of did this spontaneously. I was actually driving down to New Hampshire to do a completely different mountain. When I was driving down, I decided, yeah, I'm gonna give this a shot. So, Pemmy Loop, if you haven't heard of it, it's a 30-mile loop in New Hampshire, covers 8 4,000-foot mountains, and it's known for being pretty grueling. There's some very tough runners that have posted some pretty good times on this route. So I thought I'd give it a try, and a bit ignorantly thought, you know, I could post like a low 6-hour, maybe even close to a fastest known time on it. I had a blast out there. I mean, it was a total roller coaster of emotions, but ran the 48K and nearly 3,000 meters of elevation. Ran it about 6 hours and 45 minutes, if I remember correctly. I wrote a fairly detailed blog post about it, which I'm going to link to as well if you're interested in hearing more. But that was probably one of the greatest running days that I've ever had. So that was a lot of fun, and certainly one of the most memorable, if not the most memorable run I have put on Strava. And there we go, that's 5.6 kilometers. So when I get back home, that's gonna be 20,000 kilometers logged on Strava. Yes, that's awesome. So go and check your Strava totals. How many kilometers have you run? And what's your favorite run on the platform? Let us know in the comment section below. All right, just got back in, about a 7.5K run. Let's upload this sucker. And she is up. That's 20,002 kilometers logged on Strava. All right, guys, so 20,002 kilometers logged on Strava. That's pretty awesome. Only another 20,073 left to circumnavigate the globe. Let's get that done. If you like this video, give it a like. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. And until next time, keep putting one foot in front of the other.